First, we're going to have a moment of silence for those families in Kentucky here before we do the Pledge of Allegiance. So, if you'll join me. Just join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I've verified we have a quorum. I'm going to open the meeting. Call to order. Routine subject 1 is approved minutes of the executive and regular session of the November 8th, 2021.
I'll make a motion.
Allison makes a motion. Mark seconds. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Number 2, approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion.
Allison makes a motion. Richard seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Number 3, approve claims to date. Becky makes a motion. Ray seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Approval of personnel and ECA recommendations. Muriel Oaks, retirement from BSc Instructional Assistant at the end of 2021-2022 school year. Teddy Perkiser, resignation from Instructional Assistant SMS. Ashley Hammock, resignation from SMS Special Ed Teacher. Ethan Hamilton, new hire, BSc Instructional Assistant. Bailey Evans, new hire, SMS Social Studies Teacher. Courtney Henry, new hire, SMS Instructional Assistant. Mackenzie Underwood, new hire, Instructional Assistant, BSc. Brett Miller and Elena Davison, tutors from Salem Middle School. John Haven, transfer from SMS Social Studies Teacher to SHS Social Studies Teacher. Reach grant recommendations and those ECA recommendations. Allison makes the motion. Ray seconds. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Donations. I'll read both. Consider approval of a donation to Brady Strum Elementary, Mrs. Johnson's class from Donors Choose Organization. Mrs. Johnson's classroom project is called Circuit Breakers Coding Robots. Number 6, consider approval of a donation to Salem High School wrestling team for $500 from Mark and Cindy Karen. Allison makes a motion. Mark seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Roar Awards. I'll let Dr. Thurston and Brent lead us through those.
Tonight we're going to recognize our fall all-conference members of teams. Last month we did recognize 2 of those. That was Adler Rath for volleyball and David Phillips for cross country, but also for other reasons for those 2. So tonight we're going to recognize the other sports teams. First of all, for boys soccer, Dylan Whitfield and Johnny Talley. So if you would, sorry. Dylan Whitfield and Johnny Talley, please come on up. You want a picture here? George likes using that backdrop. You got it? You use it, right? Congratulations, guys.
Good job.
Moving on to the girls soccer, we have Ella Haven.
again, congratulations. For boys tennis, we have Cameron Albertson. Okay. And then for football, we have Porter Howie, Caden Colon, and Trevin Smedley. Congratulations, guys. Again, thank you guys, and congratulations for all the hard work that you guys have put in to earn this honor and to represent Salem Community Schools. The next one?
Yeah, our next award is our Community Business Award.
Our Community Business Award tonight goes to Mid-Southern Bank, and Greg Lamb is here. Greg, come on up. And the Sagamore of Salem Award goes to Mid-Southern. It says, hereby Mid-Southern Savings Bank is committed for your support to the students and staff of Salem Community Schools. Hereby Mid-Southern Savings Bank is deemed a forever family member of the Salem Community School System for their commitment to students, staff, and the community of Salem. Hereby Mid-Southern Savings Bank is awarded our most prestigious honor, a Sagamore of Salem Award for your selfless dedication to the field of education, the state of Indiana, Washington County, and specifically Salem Community Schools. I'll let you give it.
Okay. Thank you, Greg.
You get your picture. Oh, you gotta get your picture here. No, with them, not me. I'm not taking pictures. Yes.
Congratulations to each and every one of you. If we'd have known that Ella and Tally was going to be here tonight, we'd have had them saying. I got to be a part of the backstage there this weekend. They're pretty talented, and even Porter helped behind the stage with me yesterday. So, congratulations to all of you. Our next is comments from the audience. Would you like to talk, Ella? Would you like to have a comment? You're good.
Do you want to sing for us and show us what you did yesterday?
She played Taylor Swift song with a guitar. Yeah.
Did I miss that?
Yeah. Tally, any comment? No? Porter? No? No other comments? Anybody sign up? Gina? Nobody signed up. Okay. All right. We appreciate it. And the rest of the meet, if you want to leave, you're welcome to leave. If not, you're welcome to stay and hang around. It's not as exciting as that part was. So, again, congratulations. We appreciate you coming. Yeah. All right, we'll move on to action items. Number 7, consider approval of fundraisers. I'm going to read through all 4 of them. A SHS Art Club bake sale and selling mini paintings, November 19th and 20th, which has already happened. That was, I think it was a success. FFA selling fruit. Lions Unified Arctic Lions accept donations December through February with Plunge 2/19/22 for Special Olympics. Varsity Swimming. 2-week T-shirt sales once approved. Mark makes a motion. Becky seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Number 8, consider approval of affidavit for payment.
Yes, the Indiana State Board of Accounts recommends the school board approve affidavits for payment prior to submission to U.S. Bank in Louisville. The affidavit for payment will be paid from the 2021 lease financing for the FEMA Safe Rooms construction work pertaining to the bond. These payments are to Cutter Construction for $60,204.35 for the high school project, with $3,168.65 to be held in escrow, and $93,223.50 for the middle school project, with $4,906.50 to be held in escrow. Recommend approval.
Allison makes the motion. Mark seconds. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Number 9, consider approval to purchase 2 school corporation vehicles.
Yes, we received permission last month to sell the school district's Jeep Commander and 2 minivans. These descriptions were 2007 Jeep Commander with 96,238 miles, a 2006 Dodge Caravan with 85,000 miles, and another 2006 Dodge Caravan with 70,000 miles. We sold these vehicles to the John Jones Auto Group for $12,500 for all 3 vehicles. We're recommending tonight the school board approve purchasing 2 vehicles to replace the 3 we have sold. After getting quotes for vehicles, the recommendation is to purchase a 2022 Ford Explorer from Eddie Gilstrap Motors for $35,968 and a 2022 Chevrolet Traverse from the John Jones Auto Group for $36,830. These vehicles will be financed through payments with lenders recommended by the dealership. Monthly payments will come from the operations fund, and we'd like to add to the recommendation that these vehicles are for professional development opportunities for staff to travel and for checking roads during the winter in inclement weather. And these vehicles recommended that the board approve they remain on school property except for when they're being used for professional development opportunities or checking roads for inclement weather.
And I'll add that Dr. Thurston did a great job in selling the 2 vehicles that we had, and one that wasn't in good condition at all, which you ended up recouping about, was it about $12,000?
We did okay.
We did okay. He did a nice job on that. So with that, Allison makes the motion. Ray seconds. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Number 10, ESSER return to school plan.
So we have our plan that we had from the beginning of the year. We've made a few changes to it, but most of the changes are just the fact that, for example, one of the ones was that we would be working with the Life Spring Clinic to provide vaccines to those people that want those vaccines. They will follow the mask wearing guidelines. Face masks will be required for all students and staff, K-12 during school hours and extracurricular events unless they are able to socially distance. And that federal law requires face masks to be worn when riding on a school bus. Otherwise, we have not made any changes to this plan. By guidelines, by statute, we have to review the return to school plan every 6 months. So this is our time to review the plan.
It's our time to review the plan, discuss. Many schools have went away from masks. As you've noticed in the past couple meetings, I've not worn one because people can't hear me communicate via Salem Lines Network in there. Some schools have went away with masks and are now coming back to masks after a short period. We're about to take a week off of school. I think on behalf of the board, we don't feel like there's any need for any movement right now. When we come back after the Christmas break, we monitor it. Our numbers have been low. Brent, you gave us our numbers here.
Yes, over the past week, past 5 days, we've averaged about 17 students out due to COVID. And if we didn't have the mask, as I said earlier, you could multiply that by at least 4 or 5 And so we'd be around 70, 80 students out due to COVID. So thankfully, the masks help keep our numbers low.
They kept it low, and we're all in agreement that we would rather have in-person instruction without masks, so kids can see their teachers, so that they can see themselves. But given the CDC requirements for quarantine, that has not changed, and I don't feel it's going to change. Should it change, we would look at that a little quicker. Any comments? Anybody else like to make any comments? Ray, Richard? Anything?
Good.
Okay.
We need a motion.
We need a motion
I'll make a motion.
to review.
This is not something we have.
We don't need to vote to, okay. We're just going to stay with it. All right, number 11, consider approval of conflict of interest. This is the conflict of interest for John Acton. Yeah.
Yeah, last month, we adopted 3 conflict of interest forms, reviewed them. This month, we have one, a new form submitted by Superintendent John Acton, whose wife, Lindsay Acton, is the owner of Acton Stories LLC. There had been a previous discussion and claims approval for the purchase of books, throwing stones, is it throwing rocks?
Throwing rocks.
Throwing rocks that Mrs. Acton had written, and to provide some teacher training. It was kind of taken under advisement after we received a contract cancellation from Mr. Acton. And so, talked with you all between meetings, and the general consensus was that we would go ahead and purchase the books, and if she wanted to provide the training free of charge, as they'd offered, to allow her to do that, but not to compel the teachers to do that. So that's my understanding, and I conveyed that to Mr. Acton. As a result of that, he submitted a new conflict of interest form. The provision of the books, which is paid for from the ESSER grant funds, is $5,997. The training is free of charge, and that's a waiver then, or a donation of $5,000 of her time in 10 different sessions, I believe. So that's the essence of the form, and under the law, we're supposed to review the form and accept it as a board. You can't act on a contract until afterwards, so tonight you don't have to take any action on the purchase, but just vote to review and adopt and accept the form, the conflict of interest form. And everyone got a copy of that form, correct?
Yes.
Mark makes the motion. Allison seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Number 12, consider approval to declare equipment useless and obsolete.
We have a school bus that we would like to ask the school board to declare useless and obsolete. It is bus S-2, a 2003 66-passenger Bluebird with a international chassis. According to Mark Combs, the engine is blown and beyond repair. We recommend it be declared useless and obsolete.
And we've had to push it out of the water multiple times.
Make a fine chicken coop somewhere.
Make a fine hunting cabin for somebody. Mark makes the motion, Allison seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. All right. Items from staff. Bonnie.
Real quick, we didn't give you an arts update this month because we want you to be able to go and get to your wonderful dinner and stuff. But we've had some very successful music programs for the holiday season. Mrs. Clinker had hers Saturday and Sunday, and the bands had theirs last Thursday, and the high school band's gonna do something virtual that we're gonna put online. So, and we're gonna be caroling for Connor. Connor Anderson, one of our members, trying to raise money for him in his battle with cancer, and we'll be at Walmart Wednesday afternoon.
Cool.
Happy holidays.
Thank you. Non-action items. We don't have any non-action items. New board business. Mrs. Martin, Mrs. Muir, you're here. I'm sorry to put you on the spot. Mark had a couple questions, if you guys would be able to answer those. One is, how are kids accepted in the process? Can one of you answer that, the process?
Well, in January, we have a Prosser representative who will come talk to all the sophomores. Who will then take anybody interested down to the tour. And after that point, they get an intent to enroll form, which includes they have to have all their information, demographics, transcripts, IEPs, 504s. They have to have a recommendation, et cetera. And that all then is submitted to Prosser by around March 1st. After that time, we do an admissions day at Prosser where all the representing schools send a counselor or two, and we kind of fight for our kids at that time. And but then ultimately the decision is Prosser's. And so we typically find out into April, early May if our students get in. Majority of the time, our students get a second chance offer, but not always. We don't, it's not an automatic. And so we obviously work with them to try to make sure that their information is the best that it can be, because they're competing against more than 20 other schools.
His second question, is there very many that don't get the opportunity?
Who apply?
Yeah,
We always have some who don't get their first choice.
gotcha.
And do not want to take the second choice.
Okay,
We had an increase this past year. If every student would have continued to attend, we would have needed another bus. So something to think about in the future. If everybody does get in who applies and continues to go, that might be something that you would have to look at for in the future.
some more transportation. Did that answer both questions? Yeah, okay. All right, we appreciate you. Thank you for that information. Sorry to put you on the spot. That was under new board business. Is any other questions, concerns? I've kidded Ray Opal today. Looks like Bobby Knight sitting down there. So somebody could take a picture and say Bobby Knight was at our school board meeting with that red shirt and that sweater on. Superintendent's report.
Yes, just like to say that I think we were very lucky Friday night that the storms did not impact us like the unfortunate individuals and communities in Kentucky. It just reiterates the fact that it's a wonderful thing to have the safe room at the elementary school and the two that are being built, and that ties back to the good work that Dr. Reed did in order to get the applications through FEMA, in order for us to get the funding, in order to build these facilities, and hopefully we will never have to find out how effective they are. But it will be a good, a lot of peace of mind to have those facilities up and completed and able to use in the event that we face a disaster like the one that devastated Kentucky over Friday and Saturday morning. So we're at the end of a first semester. It's moved quickly, which is good for an old guy like me for it to move quickly. But we've had a lot of work has been done. Mr. Minton has been critical in a lot of that work. Brent does an outstanding job, and he's really carried me a few times. And old man is needing to be carried from time to time. So I appreciate all the hard work and effort that Brent and the admin staff has done, as well as the staff as a whole, teachers, support staff, everyone has pitched in. It's a challenging time, and I think there's an end, a light at the end of the tunnel, but we're not quite there yet. So hope everyone has a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mr. Bruh.
yeah, thank you, Mr. Dr. Thurston. You're getting to be very jolly. Yeah, it was awesome though to let the board know Friday that we had the safe room, and to get a hold of the sheriff's department and say to reach out way before anything happened and let the community know that you have a place to come to if you're scared, if you don't have electricity, whatever. So that we were prepared as a board, as an administration, way prior to that, and in the event something happened, we were going to have it open. So thankful we're going to have 2 more. My understanding, I don't think they're going to fund more. That may change. We hear we got in when there's not going to be any more funding for those, but with what just happened in Kentucky, that may change, and hopefully it does change, because towns need something. They need places like that for people. I won't do the first positive praise. I will let Richard start.
Thank you. Thanks. As always, we have so many things to be proud of. I think you mentioned some of them just a while ago, so I hate to repeat. I was kind of ready to go, and well, it slipped out. Somebody else has got it too. We worry about this on this line here, making sure we have something good to say. We have lots of good things to say. We're more likely to leave something out than to catch it. For one, I would I appreciate, and I think we should appreciate, the fact of the new safe rooms. I think we will, I figure we will have people coming to visit our schools from many, many locations in the country. I don't mean just Indiana, because we are fortunate to have the 3 safe rooms, and it sounds like they're going to be the best we possibly can have, and we're waiting for a couple, 2 or 3 to be finished, but that won't be long. I want to thank the music departments for doing their weekends and their Christmas events. I think Miss Harmon, Miss Trueblood, sorry, that's mine. She's mine. She's mine. We had a group that had caroling for our son, our boy. They both were both Salem High School graduates, are almost there, and his father is also was a graduate of here, I believe, but trying to round up some money for a situation he's dealing with that's almost you can't explain, or to him either, what they might try next to help him. He's a wonderful boy. One of the, as I mentioned this to elementary teachers, they've said, "Oh shoot, that was one of my favorites," and it was because he was probably one of the most courteous, kindest, friendly kid you would ever meet, and was willing to help anybody, and but that's his plight to work with now, and I want to thank them for taking that time. We got had a little group that came together, and we had hot chocolate and cookies and things, and he actually got to come. So you just you have so many kids that you fall for like this, and he, as many of them do, keep him in your minds, and they're always collecting some little funds, whether it's a dime or lots. Keep him in your thoughts.
First, this is not necessarily a positive phrase, but I disagree with Dr. Thurston. When you get old, you don't like to see the first semester go quickly. So when you get our age, you don't like to see anything go quickly. So
All goes.
I'd like to commend the middle school. I heard that, understand they collected 965 cans for the food bank recently, and also that there'll be a collection site for Hoosier Help for Dawson Springs, Kentucky. Those are a couple good things I see our schools are doing involved with.
I hate to duplicate, but I did have the opportunity to go watch the choir concert yesterday, and it was outstanding. We have a lot of talented kids in our school district, which is great. And then I didn't get to go to the caroling on the square that you guys did, the band did on the 4th, I think, but I got to drive by, and their outfits were wonderful. They looked really nice. So another good representation from Salem. So.
I'd like to thank Matt Gorman for making the safe room open at the elementary school on Friday. Obviously, I've heard lots of good things about the choir concert over the weekend. I was unable to attend due to some work stuff. I'd like to give a shout out to Patience Gamilius, Jacob Rose, Sydney Brown, and Abigail Martin. They received a Rising Star Award from the Indiana Association of School Principals. I thought that was kind of neat. So we continue to have a lot of students do a lot of remarkable things. So we'll keep on plugging along.
I will kind of echo a little bit of what Richard said of just the outpouring of support for Connor Anderson and the fundraiser they had and the selling that the Ms. Clodfelter did with the students, and I thought that was just wonderful to see everybody so engaged in that. I did hear you. I was on the square the other night and did get to hear the caroling for Connor, and it was fantastic. I love this time of year of seeing all the creativity and the things that people are doing. I love the Elf on the Shelf at the elementary and just know the excitement that that brings there. I love the kindness project they have going on, really trying to spotlight kind behavior. And I think that's so important because there's a lot of unkind behavior in the world right now that if you open up social media. So I love seeing kindness being really a spotlight on that. Another thing I love is the Lions Unified and the pictures from the Christmas party and the games getting going and some of that. It's nice to see that back after things being gone for a little bit. The Luger Symposium and the BPA Club did very well. So I love seeing kids involved in getting outside and being able to participate in those type of leadership activities. And a little shout out to Abigail Ratz for going 8 for 8 the other night and tying the school record against Brownstown. And Matt Gorman and the choir. I mean, and all. I mean, right?
For most of you know, I've coached. I've never. Oh, go ahead. No, here you go. Sorry, I just reminded you.
You did. And one more thing. This is from Ray and his family, Salem Community Schools. On behalf of the Roger Opal family, thank you for remembering the family in our time of sorrow. So that's from Ray and family and the loss of his brother. So continued thoughts and prayers with his family.
Yeah, many prayers with Ray as he lost Derek, his sidekick, and then his brother too. So we've been praying for you continuously. I got to help with choir, and I should be at more music stuff. And after I went to the choir and helped backhand, I didn't realize that the kids to go out there in front of those people was just, one kid he started singing, he quit, and the coaching me was like, you got to go back out there and whatnot. So I can't. All the work you guys do into that stuff is you don't realize it until you go be a part of it, and it was fantastic. And some of those kids are in band, some are in choir. I talked to both. We had some that helped in the back that do band as well, and that's their outlet, and that's awesome. I was Tally's dad was like a cheerleader. I'm so pumped up. I was telling Jimmy Gibson, I said, should we do a hype song before you go out and start singing, because I'd been on football. But anyways, that's great stuff that you guys are doing over there, and appreciative. And who knew Ella could play the guitar and sing like that, and she's very gifted. Many thanks to our janitors, Matt, Joe, and Kent. There's lots of things since COVID that they've had to step up and do in a moment's notice. But one thing that I think a lot of people have utilized, and still more people to utilize, is our clinic at the elementary school. We've had a lot of people that have went over there, unfortunately, have been sick, high blood pressure, stuff of that nature, as we all have with COVID, and as you said, the evil things going on in the nature. So that's been a success so far, and we hope that continues with the clinic. My understanding is our nurse practitioner is awesome, and a lot of people like working with her as far as that goes. And thanks to these two here, they've kept us on track without a superintendent. Dr. Thurston's been great to deal with. He's I don't know what it is, but he's become very jolly, and
Hard to depend upon.
it is, but he's been a pleasure to work with, and we appreciate the work you guys have done in the absence of our superintendent and Brent as well. And Tom, I told somebody the other day, me and Tom have spent more time than we should have together. I've gotten to know him, but a lot of people put in selfless hours, not just in the building, on the school board, coaching, music, wherever it's at, to make our school go, and we appreciate each and every one of you. And does anybody have anything else you'd like to add? We appreciate Jenna putting on the food for us after this. I know Richard's ready to go get that food. I think that's why he was. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming out. Our next regular monthly meeting will be January 10th, 2022 at the same time. And can I get a motion to close the meeting? Mark makes a motion, Ray seconds. All those in favor? Meeting adjourned.
There were 7 motions to close the meeting. I saw every hand shoot up.
You guys have to sign before you can go eat.